welcome to Shelby Township Parks and Recreation in the News. I'm Joe Youngblood, and I'll keep our residents updated with all the latest and greatest happenings with recreation right here in Shelby Township. Today we're fortunate to have two guests here in the studio. We have Michael Ward, who everyone knows Michael is very active in the running community, and we have a special guest also, Michelle, who is very involved with running herself in the Stony Creek Run. Mike, I'd like to start with you first. We had to go for the gold run recently at Riverbends Park. Huge event, Special Olympics benefits greatly from it. Please give us a little recap on that run.
Well, we started a little slow this year, but many of the races we're finding are having that same trend. We don't know why. And last minute, the numbers just took off, and we were right around 400, which is where we were last year.
Sure.
We had an increase in the kids' run, which was nice as well. But a really good turnout. The weather cooperated. A lot of people, I think, were waiting for the weather, and I heard that from people when I would kind of catch their conversations. They said we wanted good weather.
Right.
So we had one year when it flooded, so people are always hesitant. But we had over 400. We had the 5 and 10K, and we had the kids' run. It was a great turnout all the way around. Very successful event. We had a nice big party. In fact, Michelle was winner in the Masters category, which is kind of nice.
Really? Congratulations,
yeah, she's
Michelle.
a very good master runner, in addition to putting on races herself. But it was nice to see we had the special run for the kids as well. And best of all the proceeds, 100% of them, go to Special Olympics, and helps you out and all the kids from this area that get to go to the state meet.
Exactly. So, and for any of the viewers that are not aware, this money goes to our Summer Olympics and Winter Olympics for all of our local special needs athletes, and they have a wonderful time. And if it wasn't for this run, we wouldn't have the amount of athletes going to the Summer and Winter Olympics. So we greatly appreciate that. And also, Mike, I know you get a lot of sponsors for this. I know you're out there knocking on doors, and the amount of money you're able to bring in, it is amazing. And for Jean Lambert, who's involved with the Special Olympics, she greatly appreciates all that as well. We also have coming up the Stony Creek Run, and I was told this has been going on for quite a while, Michelle.
It has. It's been going on for 45 years.
45 years.
Very long.
Amazing.
It's one of the oldest races in Macomb County. And our club took it over about 5 or 6 years ago.
Okay.
And prior to that, the Stony Creek Metro Park was in charge of the race. They still give us a tremendous amount of help. They mark the course for us. They provide popsicles, and it makes it a lot of fun.
Now, is this a 5K and a 10K?
It is.
Okay.
And a 1 mile kids run, too.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes.
Now, what is this run benefit? I'm sure you have a couple different charities or benefit your club.
It goes all to Special Olympics.
All the Special
The
Olympics.
only thing the club does is help put on the race and give some volunteers for the day of the race. And so, again, 100% of the proceeds do go to Special Olympics.
We're so grateful that you guys are able to do this for us. And what type of numbers do you guys have for your run?
We usually have about 300.
Okay.
So I'm hoping for at least that, or maybe a few more, which would be great.
Now, we know there's a lot of people out there watching, and they know when they see Michael Ward, they know that a run's coming up, so they'll be watching. How do they contact you or somebody from the club to register for this?
They can go online, Stony Creek Running Club, or they can go to the Stony Creek Distance Run. Either one, they can register online with Eastside Racing. But all of the links, all the information is there, the starting times, different pieces of information, course maps, things like that are all on the website.
Okay, and this run also, is it all on the asphalt, or is it a little bit of both?
It's a little bit of both, which makes it very challenging, but very pretty. You certainly are not going to get bored. Let's start out in the grass, a little bit of trails, and a little bit of the bike path, and then back in the woods, and then finish on a downhill in the grassy area right at the beach.
All right, and I'm assuming everyone's starting over at Eastwood Beach?
Yes.
Eastwood Beach,
yes.
Okay. Well, there you have it, the Stony Creek Run coming up. You have the website to register. Anything else, Michelle, for the Stony Creek Run that you like to add?
One thing that I do want to say is this year we're doing a little bit more. We are giving finishing medals to all the runners this year, which we have not done in the past. And we're also going to have a DJ and a photographer. So it's going to be a nice family event for everyone to come to and have a good time.
Well, I was just going to say, and I know with Michael aboard, a lot of these races nowadays seem like they are more of a family event. I know years ago when they started having some runs at Riverbends, it's more or less you come out on your own, you just go run and that's it. But now there's moonwalks involved and a lot of giveaways and stuff. So just a great family event.
Yes.
Wonderful. Well, thanks again for all you do for the Special Olympics. Really
Thank you.
Appreciate that. And Michael, I know the running never stops for you because you just finished up a race and you got another one coming up. So we got a couple coming up. Well, let's start first with the Veterans Run.
Okay.
And I know this is a newer run that you've done probably in the last, is it 5-6 years now?
I think we've done 3 years. I believe this will be the 4th year.
The 4th year coming up, okay. And this is Veterans Run. So I think the name speaks for itself, but will you give us a little bit of background on this, how it came up, and where does the money go?
Well, I was approached about 4 years ago by Phil Randazzo in the township, and they were looking to do something special to honor the veterans.
Sure.
And they thought if we could do a run, it would allow us to highlight the memorial itself, raise some money at the same time to support the memorial, which was a good idea all the way around.
Yeah,
So the first year we put it on, we actually did pretty well. We had around 100 runners. But no, everybody remembers it because it poured rain the entire run. Everybody was soaked, including me at the finish line with the announcements. But everybody kept coming back. And what's nice about it, and working with Phil, who's just a gem to work with, we made it so it's 100% wheelchair compatible or compatible for anybody with any type of disability.
Oh, that's a great idea.
So if you're a walker, you don't need to worry about any obstacles or anything along the way. The nice part about it too is any veteran gets a free ticket for it. So they get a free shirt, they can come out and walk it, and
that's
it
a nice
makes it
touch
nice.
that you're able to offer that, definitely.
Well, we have one of our very famous residents, Mr. Norm Killip. I always like to put a plug in for Norm. He's 77, 78, still running all these years. And he comes out every year for every one we put on. He'll probably be out for Stony Creek Distance Run. He comes out for this one, and he refuses the free admission. He's going to pay for his. He's not going to take the free one. He insists on helping support it all, which is pretty cool.
That is cool.
So, but it's a nice event. We'll have the overall awards that we do every year, and it's getting almost big enough where we may look at doing some age breakouts, top 3 type thing maybe next year, but we're getting just on that borderline. But we'll have our DJ out there, we'll have our photographer, we'll have our food and goodies and sponsors and all, which is pretty cool.
Sure.
And a lot of people don't realize that's a big part of what we do at the races is the extra stuff. Michelle and I work together on many races, and it's the extra things you do that make it successful, having a DJ. The photographer, I'm amazed how many people now come up and they look for our photographer. We were the first ones to do that. After the race, a week or two later, you can download your pictures for free. You don't have to pay.
Oh, that's nice.
And they get family shots. We don't get finish line photos necessarily,
Sure.
but a mixture. And people love that.
Yeah.
So it makes it real nice.
That's wonderful. And then it's right held on the Shelby Township Municipal Grounds, so it's a beautiful run.
Yep.
You got the Heritage Garden down there, Maystecker Park. Somebody wants to register, Mike, for the Veterans Run. How do they do that?
They'll be able to register. The forms are out there. Eastside Racing Company will have it out, has it out on the website. It's eastsideracingcompany.com, as they can do for the Stony Creek Run. For many of the races, you just stop by the Hanson store in Utica and pick up a form. That's the easiest way, and you can get the information there. And it's going to be on the day of the Veterans Memorial Service on November 6th. So we'll have the 10 o'clock. We've changed the time from 11 to 10, and then the service will be at 1:30, so we have a little gap in there.
Okay.
Last year we were kind of finishing as the service was starting, and it kind of interesting back and forth between the two.
Sure.
But it should make it very, very nice. A little earlier start, but we get a lot of people like to come out because it's a double loop, but it's all takes in the beautiful township grounds.
It really does. Mike, you mentioned Hanson's running store. If somebody's new to running, I would advise them to stop by that store and get outfitted with all the different running gear they have, and they have so many years of knowledge that they can help somebody get started, correct?
Yes, what's nice about it, we like to hold our pre-check-in nights the night before an event or a day or two before an event at the actual Hanson store. Kevin and Keith have been incredibly generous, and they'll give a 20% discount. So you come in, buy your
great
shoes.
idea.
I've watched people do the math and say, okay, if I sign up for the race and I get the 20% off versus just buying my shoes,
Sure.
and 9 times out of 10 they sign up for the race. And if we get them out there, a victory of sorts for us.
Wonderful.
But they've been incredibly supportive. They donate all the certificates to all the overall winners, which they don't have to do that. They provide support. We can oftentimes we'll have some of the elite runners, although it's harder right now because they're all running and nationally. We have Desi running at the Olympics. So.
Yeah, definitely.
But you can go to the store. And you're dealing with people that ran in the Olympic trials. They know the running part of it.
They know what they're talking about.
They fit you. Make sure you always bring your old shoes with you because they want to look at the wear patterns and stuff.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, they always
Pretty
look at your
high-tech
shoes.
then, yeah.
Well, they'll put you on the treadmill, and then they video you, and then you actually watch. You can see, oh, that's how I look on the. But that's the kind of support we get for all the running events that we do, and it's amazing.
Wonderful. And Michelle, will you be running the Veterans Run?
Probably. I did last year with my dog.
Oh, wonderful.
It was a lot of fun. It's a nice
Wonderful.
course. It's really pretty.
Very good.
Yeah.
So don't forget, November 6th, Veterans Run, Shelby Township Grounds. Mike, we also have another run coming up, believe it or not. Mike has been very involved with the Jingle Bell Run. Now that comes up in December.
Yep, December 18th.
December 18th. So tell us a little bit about the Jingle Bell Run.
It's one of my flagship races for me. This will be our 7th year holding it. It started at the original Big B the first couple of years, and we moved it behind the senior center. And now that we have the senior center building, it's been an additional draw for December because you have warm bathrooms and a warm facility and a great place to meet and whatever. But what's nice about it, we draw a good crowd. It's an incredible course because we take the driveway out towards the back of the Shelby Junior High.
Okay.
We cross the football field, we punch a hole in the fence, and we drop you onto Cherry Creek Golf Course.
Nice.
How much prettier can it be? And if the weather cooperates, it's usually dry pavement. And then on the north end, we punch a hole in at May Stecker
Right.
with the cooperation of the golf course and your staff. And we take in the park and we take in the lake, and then we come back the second half of the loop and return right back behind the building where we started. And we've seen red fox on the trail, deer on the trail, wild turkeys. You never know what surprises are lurking. It's just a very pretty course. Everybody comes in costumes, Christmas
do they?
costumes. You name it. We got the famous Christmas tree guy that runs. That thing must weigh a ton. I've picked it up, and he runs a very good time in that thing.
Unreal.
But we draw a big crowd. It's a big, giant party atmosphere. The last couple of years, Eastside Vineyard Church has now helped us.
Okay.
We had to work with them to get their people in during the end of
Sure.
our race, and they decided, which was really nice, they said, you know what, we want to help. We don't want to just be an interference for you. We want to help. So they started donating, and now they've come out for our glow run in the spring, and they sent out about 35 volunteers. So I'm expecting for the Jingle Bell Run this year, hopefully we'll have them as well. But
That's
they
great,
decided,
just community coming together. you
yeah,
know,
and
working on
what's
something.
particularly good about that one is that money I spread out. It's not just Special Olympics,
Sure.
but they get a piece of it,
Definitely
which benefits
do.
you.
Yes.
There's 10 total charities that I donate to, 10 different
That's
charities.
amazing.
All through the area, and it's nice to see it go out. You know, like Michelle,
Definitely.
we don't get a race director's fee. We do
Sure.
this just to do it. And we don't get paid anything to do that,
Right.
but we want to do it. It's part of our love for running, really. And to do it and see all the proceeds go, and it makes it a lot better getting a lot of the sponsors that we get along the way. They're more willing to step up and help us, and it's a good thing knowing that, you know, $11,000 was a huge increase from the prior year, and I'm hoping for more this year. So, you know, we're helping Special Olympics. Michelle's race is helping Special Olympics. The new glow run in the spring, all of that went. That was new for us. We're all doing our thing and helping multiple causes, but in part benefiting you directly
Definitely.
on a lot of this.
People
as well.
I still hear people talking about the glow run over at Cherry Creek. That
Wow.
was a wonderful run there. And if people weren't involved, that was earlier in the year, and it was just an amazing turnout for the first run ever.
Yeah, April 16th, it was the night run, and I have so many people that just come up to me and said, "You did the glow run, your group." I went, "Yeah, don't forget to get us next year because we're coming out for that event." You know, and that was we raised over $10,000 that went Special Olympics.
Yes.
That was new money we didn't
Correct.
get before.
Exactly.
Just like with Stony Creek the last couple of years with Michelle involved now, picking a charity, namely yours, that's money you didn't get before. So
Exactly.
that many more kids, you know.
No, that's
you know.
huge help, no doubt about it.
And worth pointing out, the other thing I always like to mention, and I knew at some point today I was going to get an opportunity to squeeze this in, but the events that I'm involved with couldn't be possible without Parks and Rec. As a case in point, we had a dedicated resource that worked with us in the park for the Go for the Gold, and they've helped us. Any event that I put on, your staff do an incredible job. They
Thank
always
you.
anticipate. Most of the time, I don't even have to ask, but they anticipate. Hey, you're going to need this. Or you're going to need that. Oh yeah, that's right. And time in and time out, they did a great job for the Go for the Gold. Any event that I work with your staff on, it's always wonderful to get the great cooperation.
Well,
You
thank
need
you.
to know that you're doing a great job at supporting us.
We appreciate hearing that, and it's something that's so special to us being the Special Olympics. It's the least we can do is help out, so thank you very much.
You know, Michelle's race too, something worth pointing out. Mike Adams mentioned this on the interview when I did the Glow Run post one when we had done that. And he had mentioned that was the very first one he did a year ago that got him
Yes,
back into running.
it did.
And he liked it because it was a Thursday night run, Thursday evening run. That's different.
It
so
is.
you don't compete with the other runs. And you can come out on a Thursday and it's late enough that you can get out there and all that. So it makes it kind of a unique event as well.
Definitely.
So.
Well, Mike and Michelle, thank you so much for all you do for the Special Olympics and just the community itself, because these are runs that do bring the community together, make Shelby Township a great place to live. And we have the surrounding neighbors who come to the run. So without you guys' help, we would not have these runs. So thank you for all that you do.
Thanks for your help.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate it.
Thank you. And we're going to have you guys back on soon because we want to hear how the races turned out.
Cool.
Wonderful.
All right.
Thank
Thank
you
We'll
so
be
you very
back.
much. We really appreciate it. We'll be right back with Shelby Parks and Rec in the news right after these messages.
Historic Hope Chapel, built in the 1890s, is available for rent for weddings and other ceremonies beginning the first business day in September. Hope Chapel is fully heated and air conditioned. Available amenities include podium and sound system, seating available for 80, 2 restrooms, party preparation room, and the Hope Chapel is fully accessible to handicapped visitors. For more information, please call the Shelby Township Parks and Recreation Department at 586-731-0300.
Hello and welcome back to Shelby Township Parks and Rec in the News. Now we'll be switching gears over to the Shadbush Burgess Nature Center. We have Jim Gamicha, who is our interim Nature Center coordinator. Jim, thanks for being on the show today. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
And Jim, I'd like to start out with, and for our residents, you may be walking around Maystacker Park and Heritage Garden and see a lot of teenagers, young adults walking around like this, staring at the phone, walking around the path. Now, Jim, we've come to our attention is the Pokemon craze going on.
Pokemon Go.
Pokemon Go. And we have had, the first I'd like to start out to let everyone know we do have a rented area in the garden that we've had some issues with when we have wedding parties. We have it closed off for that rental period, so we want people to have respect and let them have their wedding in peace. We've had the Shelby Township Police Department working with us just to keep people out of the rented area. With that being aside, Jim Gamicha came up with a wonderful new Pokemon Go in the park. So, Jim, why don't you tell us a little bit about this? And I'm glad that you came up with this program because you might as well catch on with the craze.
Yes. It's a great way to have a collaborative effort between the library and Parks and Rec and maintenance, and to be able to really offer something free of charge by the Friends of the Library, and to be educational about our trails and how to respect our trails, to respect others, and to be safe while still having fun. And visit our, we're going to be traveling to 3 different locations, visiting 3 different areas of the township.
Okay.
All the transportation's provided. It's a way to showcase our beautiful parks and have some fun. We'll be visiting at least 2 gyms that I'm aware of, and lots of Pokemon eggs and all kinds of good stuff to find.
Okay, well and I know you've done a little research, so you're able to run this program for us, because I know for a lot of people the Pokemon Go is a little foreign. We know that years ago the kids had playing cards, so I'm assuming it's the same game, but now it's
on an app, on the phone, and we're looking forward to having a nice Friday evening out. It's Friday, August 19th. We're almost full. We've filled 20 out of the 25 spots, but we're hopefully going to be able to do this either monthly or quarterly or on some duration of time to be able to offer this again to the residents of Shelby Township.
I think that's a great idea, because if you go around Maystacker or Heritage Garden, you will see a lot of parents that had to drive their teenagers up there, their junior high children, and walk around with them. So now they get a chance to hang out with their peers and have this nice program.
Yes.
Well, we look forward to seeing this program, Jim. This is August 19th.
August 19th.
And how do they register?
At 5:30. They can register online at the shelbytwp.org website through Parks and Recreation's web track, or they can do so by calling either the Burgess Shadbush Nature Center at 586-323-2478, or Shelby Parks and Rec at 586-731-0300.
Wonderful. Looking forward to the Pokemon Go in the park. And Jim, we'll have you on soon again to get a recap on how this event turned out.
Great. I look forward to it. Thanks very much.
Very good. Also, we have coming up the Shelby Township Art Fair, and we have the Burgess Shadbush Nature Center employees. Jim Gamicha, our Nature Center coordinator, will be heading this up. And we look forward to having you guys at the Art Fair, Jim. And what can our residents expect when they visit the Nature Center tent?
Well, Saturday from 11 to 4 and Sunday from noon to 4 will be open to the public. We'll bring some of your favorite animals to see, touch, hold, photograph, take your picture with them. And if you have any photographs on your phone or nature-related, wildlife-related questions, feel free to bring those too. We can take our stab at identifying them, and we'd certainly love to see you there.
Very good. Jim, at the Nature Center, we know you guys throughout the year have many different programs, and we have the summer and fall programs coming up. What are some of the top programs you have coming up that we know our residents would be interested in?
This Saturday, July 30th, from 7 to 10:30 p.m. is our moth night. We do that every year. It's a free event. You can come spend time attracting a variety of these insects using bait and black light. So much of that happens in the evening after dark.
And it's Saturday, July 30th. And if any of our residents miss this, we'll be doing it again next year, correct?
Yes,
If they're watching
yes.
this show after the fact, we'll have it
Certainly,
on. Very
certainly,
good.
if you're excited. We have our Nature Tales for preschoolers coming up starting September 1st. They're on Thursdays, the first and third Thursday of each month at 10 a.m. It's $2 per child, 3 to 5 years old. They'll
Okay.
have a story and a craft. We have our Fall Family Fun Day is Sunday, October 16th. That starts at 11:30. Pre-registration's not available. We just handle walk-ins for that.
Okay.
Campfire cookout. Few costumed characters will be found on the upper trail.
Nice.
Wagon rides celebrating fall, and cider and donuts while supplies last. Spider Mania every year, Saturday, October 15th this year at 11:30,
Okay.
and that runs till 3:30. Come see some of our live spider programs at 1 and 2:30. We'd love to have you see some live spiders and learn some important facts about our native spiders, and enjoy some craft time as well.
Spider Mania.
Yes.
Some people will love that, some people won't be there at all, right?
It takes all kinds, I guess. The Haunted Nature Center is Friday, October 1st and Saturday, October 22nd from 6 to 8 p.m. Last admission is at 7:30. It's $2 for ages 3 and up.
That's a great event.
Yes.
Very nice. Bring the kids out for it. It's not too scary. And one thing I always recommend too, if a parent is really unsure, we'll let them walk through first on their own.
Certainly.
If you have another parent there to stay back with the children, because we don't want anyone to be scared, but we know everything's relative.
Right. And we try and stay playful and eerie, more so than spooky and
I think
scary.
that's a good word, Jim. Eerie.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have a huge monster jumping out at you from around the corner like some
Right.
of these, but it can be eerie.
Right. And children and adults of all ages are welcome to join us for that.
Wonderful.
Sportsman's Skill Day and Deer Day is Saturday, September 10th. It's a free event. Family and individual walk-ins are welcome. We do ask that children come with an adult. Enjoy camp-style activities with BB guns and archery, traditional recurve bows, crossbows, fire starting skills. Just a great taste of the outdoors on Saturday, September 10th. At 11:30 it starts.
That sounds a lot of fun. A lot of
Yes.
young kids out there want to get out there and the outdoors and see what it's all about.
It's great for young kids that are looking for a hobby, looking for something that they want to
Definitely.
try,
Definitely.
and then they really take off from there.
Sounds like you guys have a lot of things coming up here, Jim.
Yep,
Exciting stuff.
we're excited about it. Our homeschool classes kick off too, Wednesday, September 7th, and you can certainly call the Nature Center or visit our website or Facebook page for that information. And a Pioneer Christmas, just a little teaser for later, Saturday, December 3rd and Sunday, December 4th this year.
Very good. And Jim, there are some people out there that haven't visited the Nature Center. Where can the Nature Center be found?
We can certainly be found on Facebook. You can search for our Burgess Shadbush Nature Center page
Okay.
and like our page. We're located in Riverbends Park off of the Ryan Road entrance, just south of 22 Mile. We're the Big Log Cabin at 4101 Riverbends Drive. You can always give us a call. Again, the number is 586-323-2478 or shelbytwp.org under the Parks, Recreation, and Maintenance Department page.
Very good, Jim. We appreciate all the information. We got some great things going on at the Burgess Shadbush Nature Center. Thanks for being on the show today, and we'll have you back soon and give us a recap of some of these wonderful programs and also future programs we have coming up.
Excellent. Thanks so much, Joe.
Thanks so much, Jim. Thank you so much for watching Shelby Township Parks and Rec in the News. Please remember, here at Shelby Parks and Rec, we create community through people, parks, and programs. Thanks for watching.